Hello, my name is Patricia Hagen. I've been a member of All Saints since 1996. I'm usually seen in the music area, either singing in the choir, playing flute, or ringing handbells. I want to share with you a series of my God moments. In July of 2014, I found myself unemployed. By early August, I had 2 job offers to consider. As it said in Isaiah 58, "The Lord will guide you always." I prayed for guidance where I was needed to go. The Lord led me to return to my previous employer. After I completed initial training, I was paired with Elaine to shadow as a supervisor. We quickly found that we had a lot in common. Both of us had been married for a long time. Both of us had 2 children. Most important was our abiding love in God. We literally thanked God for bringing us together. Proverbs 27 says, "Oil and incense bring joy to the heart, and the sweetness of a friend is good for the soul." This passage from Proverbs was prophetic in my meeting with Elaine, as our friendship has blessed us in many ways and has enriched my soul. In December of 2014, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. Praise God, it was in stage 0. This meant that the cancer was isolated in the ducts and could be easily removed. I prayed with my husband, Scott, for strength as to what was to come. Isaiah 40 says, "Those who trust in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings of eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not faint." I was also put on the prayer list at church. To my surprise, several of the choir members had gone through similar situations and shared their experiences with me. I shared my concern with my new friend and prayer warrior, Elaine. We immediately sat together and prayed at her desk. To my surprise, Elaine had gone through the same procedure several years previous and was in the group that pioneered the treatment that I was to have after surgery. Coincidence? No, we both saw God's work in this, and we praised Him. As a new employee, I was going to need some time off. I had to disclose this to my manager. Tony is a music minister at his church and a devout Christian. We sat in his office and prayed. He worked with me on the needed time off during this process. February 2015 came and it was time for surgery. Once it was completed, I had another test and they found an area that had more cancer cells. I was told that I needed to have another surgery before my treatment could begin. I was devastated. Again, I prayed with my husband Scott, seeking the strength for what was to come. Elaine and I again prayed at work for God's work that was yet to come. Surgery was scheduled for March of 2015. At choir practice, I had asked for a prayer for my upcoming surgery on the following Monday. Choir prayers are awesome. I immediately felt peace from the group prayer. On the Sunday prior to the surgery, I knelt beside the altar for prayer with the pastor and my husband. I felt hands being placed on my shoulders as I prayed. It was the choir laying hands on me. I felt an overwhelming grace and peace as we prayed. March surgery was a success and all clear on the follow-up tests. Now it was time for the treatment. The radiologist covering my treatment was the same one that had done Elaine's treatment, as well as several other women at my work. Thanks to God's work in my life, I knew what was ahead and what to expect. Another wrinkle came my way. I was put into mandatory training at work at the same time I was to start treatment. I explained to the instructor what was happening. She too had experienced something similar and worked with me to complete the training and be on time for my treatments. When the treatment was completed, I was asked if I needed the name of a support group. I told the doctor that I had the best support group of all. my husband, my friends and co-workers, the choir, and the congregation of All Saints. My praise and thanks to you all for your love, prayers, and support. 5 years later, I'm still cancer-free. Praise God. God's spirit and guidance was evident in this entire moment in my life, from the message to return to a previous employer where there was a host of Christian believers, to the friendships and support of All Saints. Thank you all, and God bless.